All right, this morning we're going to take a look at a Vosteed knife, Vosteed Racoon. I'm kind of interested in this. I really like the look of the handle when I saw it. It's an aluminum handle, a green aluminum. I like the feel of aluminum handles, with one major downside is sometimes they're just too slippery. This one seems like it has some good traction built into it. So we have a Nitro-V stonewashed blade, and really looking forward to seeing what we got here in person, see how it differs from the pictures. What all do we have in here? All kinds of stuff in this box. All right, so safety guidelines. Yeah, it's a knife. Money back guarantee for Vosteed support. Hopefully I never have to use that. Give you some spare, let me put them on this white background. Some spare action springs. That's pretty nice. A sticker. I'll slap that on an ammo can or something. I'm thinking I better keep these springs maybe with the Vosteed card. That way I know which ones they're made for, which knife they're made for. All right, let's take a look at this knife. Got your cleaning cloth that comes with all the knives. That I love them. I have a ton of them. I love them because I use them for my glasses. And we've got a case. Now this case right away, I think I'm going to put the springs in the card in so I don't forget them, because the knife will go in a storage case. Oops, sorry about that, guys. I love the look of that handle with the stonewash blade. That is nice. So you see, another nice thing, the clip is inset with the handle. So your pocket has nothing to catch on. The screws are recessed. That is the way to do it right there. It's fairly deep carry. The crossbar lock sticks out nice. You can get to it. All right, let's thumb stud flick this open. Ooh, boy, there's a little bit of friction there. Very, very nice finish. I love the look of that. Got a nice action. I think that drag came from the crossbar lock on the back of the blade. But when you pull that crossbar back, it definitely swings without any problem. Let me get a piece of white paper here so we can get down in here a little bit. She's running on bearings. And if we look, we can see there's inset steel liners that have been drilled out some for weight. Very cool. We're going to sharpness tester here in just a second. So like back to what I was saying about, you know, the feel of an aluminum handle. This aluminum handle has a finish on it that's not that slippery, but then you have these engraving lines that add even more texture to it. Hip it on both sides, that's great. That handle feels fantastic. It's not slippery at all. So you have a standard stop pin. There's no play. The action is a little bit gritty where that crossbar rubs on that blade. It's just a little bit rough. What did I do with my KPL? There it is. I'm going to run a little bit of lube right on the back of the blade here where that crossbar rubs. Instant improvement. That was just drier than a popcorn fart. And with that stonewash finish, I think that's where we're getting some of that. That was an instant improvement. So that crossbar acts as the detent, and it starts pulling it in from about right here. It pulls it in good. Pulls it into a nicely centered blade. Nicely centered position. After I carry for a while, I'll report back on it and everything, and then I usually put my own edge on it. I always like to carry it with the factory edge for a while to see how that works. But when I go to resharpen this, you can see that the thumb stud sits back out of the cutting path. And there's not going to be any problem getting right up to the very end of that blade. That was well thought out. So you could choke up on this. There's a ton of room in there for your finger. If you really want to get right up on it, there's a little bit of jimping here, not aggressive at all. But you could really, man, you could just squeeze this knife. Being an aluminum handle, it gives it a absolutely solid feel. Let's put the KPL away. Get some measurements. Got 3.6 ounces. So it's not an ultra lightweight knife, but I mean 3.6 ounces is still pretty light. Closed, we're at about 4 3/8. Overall length open is about 7 9/16. We have a 3 1/4 inch blade that has about 3 inches of cutting length. Maybe just under 3 inches of cutting edge. Let's measure some thicknesses here. A lot of people are curious about the thickness of the handle for carry. They don't want a big bulky knife in their pocket. Blade stock thickness looks like about 1/8 of an inch. And yeah, we're at 0.12, so probably just slightly under 1/8 of an inch. And the handle thickness is at a 0.475. So just under 1/2 an inch thick. So that 1/2 an inch is about average. It's not a super thin, skinny knife, but it doesn't feel big and blocky either. This is going to carry fine. So instead of just leaving holes for the clip, if you're a lefty, you can see that you'll be able to swap that clip. But instead of just leaving holes, they put a nice looking filler tab in there. That's a nice attention to detail right there, instead of just leaving holes in the handle. A lot of these budget knives will just have holes in the handle, and I understand it, but when they go the extra mile just to put that little filler in there, it really makes a difference in my opinion. And the filler kind of matches all the rest of the hardware. You do have a lanyard hole if you need it. I love the drop point blade. That's very nice. I think it's one of the most useful blade styles. And that finish is sweet. Nitro-V should be very rust resistant. A lot of times when you get rougher finishes like this, they could pick up rust a little bit quicker than a highly polished. But got a nice rust resistant steel. So there's not really much of a car scratcher on this one. This does come up a little bit so that I can catch the edge of your pocket, but it's not crazy. It's a lot less than others. The clip is polished smooth, so even though it doesn't ride on a flat spot, even though it's not riding on a flat spot on the handle, this texturing isn't that aggressive. It's not going to tear your pocket up or anything like that. It should go in and out really nice. I wonder what this aluminum's going to patina like. After a little while, you'd think that would get some wear on it and start looking pretty cool. Get some real personality. Well, let's go ahead and get the sharpness tester out. And we have a Vosteed Racoon. Ooh, I need some more coffee. Just a second. All right. Keep this sharpness tester all boxed up. Keep dust off of it. And still got dusty. What are you going to do? All right. Get this guy all set up nice. Put the magnetic fulcrum on there. Let's see what kind of edge Vosteed puts on their knives. Okay, we got the fulcrum is perpendicular to the cutting media. All right, here we go. You want to go, you can't go too slow. You can go too fast, but not too slow. Wow, 168. Usually on these tests, I do a average of 2. Just in case I happen to herky-jerky or something like that, you know. $168 again. Did I forget to reset that? Okay, I think it's honestly, it's pretty early. I haven't had enough coffee yet. All right, now we'll reset. All right, let's do this for real. $160. You know, I'm getting really consistent measurements out of this tester. I don't know if I really need to be doing an average, but Vosteed Racoon scores a 164. If we look, if you can read my writing so far, that's the best out of any of these. Civivi Placoid was a 171.5, which was the closest. But so far, that Vosteed Racoon at a 164 is the best factory edge that I've tested. Pretty impressive, especially for a budget-friendly knife. So there we go, Vosteed Racoon, initial look and testing. So I'm cycling through quite a few knives, carrying them right now. This one will get its turn, and then I'll make a second video to just say how it went, see how long it lasted, how well it cut, all that kind of stuff. If I notice anything while carry that I like or don't like, we'll put it all in the video. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.